We got a huge update on Jalen Carter's injury, plus the Eagles trade Kentavious Street to the Falcons, and a new report says Howie Roseman is looking for another pass rusher. On a bad note, not only did Kenneth Gainwell fumble inside the 5, he was spotted arguing with the fan on IG during halftime. On a good note, Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown for the record, although on another play, he was spotted limping to a hurry-up offense. Lastly, we touch on the defense, mainly the secondary. Kevin Byers speaks up on how the secondary gotta be better. Plus, Reed Blankenship co-signs and takes accountability. But at the end of the day, the Eagles find a way to win on the road. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like for 7-1, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. That way you're notified when we drop these videos or go live. Let's get into it. Eagles making a trade. They are sending defensive lineman Kentavious Street and a 2025 7th-round pick to the Atlanta Falcons in exchange for a 2024 6th-round pick per league source. Interesting trade. However, Jalen Carter was banged up versus the Commanders, and we were waiting for an MRI to come out today, so why get rid of a D-line depth? Because head coach Nick Sirianni on Jalen Carter, who suffered a back injury on Sunday and underwent the MRI on Monday, the Eagles received good news following testing on the rookie D-tackle, and an NFL source said he could be ready for Sunday's game versus the Cowboys. That's great news, right? You need the baby rhino for Week 9 in a big NFC East showdown. However, another report came out all while I was recording this. This is all added after the show was done. For y'all, a few league sources have suggested that the Eagles' top priority at the trade deadline is adding another edge rusher via Matt Lombardo of the NFL. Another pass rusher? DM Rusani says a linebacker. Matt Lombardo said a pass rusher. Tomorrow, the deadline's at 4 o'clock. We will find out what are the Eagles going to do, if anything. Now, again, the Jalen Carter news, the trade for Kentavious Street, and the pass rusher is the Eagles' top priority. All's recorded after this. The video was supposed to start with Kenneth Gainwell. Let's get to it. So it was bad enough that Kenneth Gainwell's getting snaps over Swift, and he fumbled inside the 5. He decided to use the halftime break to go on Instagram to see what people were saying about the fumble, and he responded at halftime to a comment saying, "Hold on to the football, you bleeping bum." Kenneth Gainwell then responded back by saying, "Little boy, don't text me." And then the quote-unquote criticizer decided to say, "Get off your phone." He also said, "Just use some glue. I'm trying to win it all. Keep grinding, though." And as you can see, "get off your phone" comment was seen just now by Kenneth Gainwell. This is a legit thread of the little exchange that went on during halftime, right? So you fumble. Yes, everybody makes mistakes, but you got to keep your head up. You can't be going on social media during halftime when you're supposed to be listening to your coach and players for the halftime adjustments. At the end of the day, the Eagles continue to play Kenneth Gainwell. He did have some nice first downs via the passing game, but you can't fumble. This is the second fumble for Kenneth Gainwell. And again, I don't understand the usage of Kenny G in the goal line when I think DeAndre Swift has been more successful. There's been stats backing it up. I don't understand what's going on. But Nick Sirianni did have to talk to Kenny G about this. He said the team did speak with Kenneth Gainwell regarding him DMing back an Eagles fan critiquing him on IG during the game. We definitely had a conversation with him. We do have some time at halftime, and he knows he made a mistake. We just reminded him to ignore the outside noise. He knows he made a mistake. See, the mistake being made by fumbling is one thing, but to have that in your head that you have to go on and respond is a little Jalen Reagor-ish, right? It's a little questionable of what's going on up here, why he's so worried about it, and could this be haunting him now? I don't know. Don't like to see that at all. However, the Eagles did win. There were two trips that we ended up fumbling, one on the brotherly shove exchange. At the end of the day, the Eagles offense responds, though. The media asked Jalen Hurts, do you think this is your best game? And this is what he had to say.
Must be you asking me.
Short, sweet, and simple. If you're asking me, it must have been my best game thus far through 8 weeks. Let's take a look at Jalen real quick. So against the Commanders, he was 29 of 38, which is a completion percentage of 76.3. He had 318 yards, 4 touchdowns, 135.6 passer rating. This guy absolutely balled. It don't stop there. He was great yesterday, but he's been great for the last 5 weeks, minus some of the turnovers. Look what he's been doing. Jalen Hurts leads the NFL over the last 5 games with 1,500 passing yards and 1,680 total yards passing and rushing. His 13 total touchdowns over the last 5 games is second in the NFL behind Josh Allen's 16. Real quick, a word on the jersey giveaway October 29th. Every Super Chat dollar gives you an entry. The Super Chats from yesterday will count, of course, and the video was supposed to come out today, but I'm not going to lie, it's taken a lot longer to tally all the people who entered the last 3 weeks. However, because I'm taking longer and the video will be out later this week, I'm not just going to pick one winner. I'm going to pick 2 winners, so now your chances just doubled. Good luck to the 2 jersey giveaway winners. Now back to Jalen Hurts. And, of course, we are still talking about the knee that required nearly an hour of treatment with the training staff right after the game per Mike S. Hence, this is why his post-game press conference was delayed. Look, we're just going to have to get used to the fact that Jalen Hurts' his knee is bruised. It could heal, right? He don't need surgery or nothing. Just time, not re-aggravating it. But at the end of the day, when we see our franchise quarterback limping to try to run the next play as quick as possible, Nick Sirianni and the Eagles try to go hurry up, and he has to limp his way to the huddle. It is concerning. However, after the Dallas Cowboys game, we do have a bye week. The bye can't come quicker. Again, I believe the bruised bone is just needs to heal over time. And Jalen Hurts, when asked about the knee, he said, I told y'all, we not talking about it no more. So again, there's nothing that could be done, but you clearly see there's an issue. However, it hasn't affected his game, right? Last 5 games, last 3 games, he's been on point. Not just him, A.J. Brown as well. He caught a one-handed touchdown pass, and now he holds the record for most consecutive 125-plus yard games with 6, breaking Megatron Calvin Johnson's record. You got to think, guys like T.O., Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, they couldn't do it. Calvin Johnson did it only 5 times. A.J. Brown, 2 touchdown game, and now he holds the record. And he was asked about the record, right? He was asked, has it hit him yet, his place in history? And this is what he said.
Not at all, not yet. Because I'm still working. I think it'll be a time where I sit down and I'll be like, go AJ. But it's not it right now. We got a big matchup. Got Dallas. From what I hear, they had a good game, and we got to clean up some stuff and we got to go to work. It's going to be a war. So
hasn't hit him, and all he's thinking about is cleaning up the mistakes and going to play Dallas, which will be a huge division game. Again, A.J. Brown absolutely owning his craft, being the best receiver in the NFL, and there's no question about it. Every single week he comes out and delivers 1,000%. Something that wasn't being delivered is defense, and I do want to touch on that. I got to talk about the Julio Jones score, though, right? Not only was it a beautiful catch by Julio Jones taking the hit, it was a perfectly thrown ball by who? Jalen Hurts. But what was crazy to me is the reaction from everybody. I'm talking about the offensive line running up, tight ends, wide receivers. Everybody was so happy for Julio Jones, who in his second game has a nice red zone target and touchdown. Credit the play call from Brian Johnson. They said they worked on that all through this week of practice, and they executed it perfectly. I'm talking ball placement, and that's a grown man, a veteran grown man going up there and getting that ball. Now, let's talk about the defense, which was bad, bad, bad. James Bradbury, Darius Slay a little bit, Reed Blankenship, Cindy Brown got a miscommunication at one time. However, they understand that they were bad and they're not looking for excuses, right? They're holding themselves accountable. Let's look at the PFF grade before we get to what they've been saying. Reed Blankenship had a 60.6, Kevin Byard with a 60.3, Cindy Brown with a 57.2, Slay with a 55.1, Bradbury with a 50.0, Eli Ricks with a 31.9. A bunch of bad grades for the secondary in a game where Sam Howell threw for dang near or probably over 400. I don't really recall at this point. Don't feel like looking it up as well. Again, accountability is the most important thing. And we did get an interception, right? So Reed did bounce back with a INT. Credit him for keeping his head up. It was talked about that Kevin Byard had to tell Reed Blankenship, keep your head up, man. You're not going to make every play. But listen to what Reed said when they asked him why he felt like, he didn't do that good.
Because I felt like I didn't get my job done. It could have been a lot cleaner on the back end, but it's one of those things. Going to take responsibility in it and fix the mistakes.
No use of crying over spilt milk. Just get in the lab and fix it. What's crazy to me is Kevin Byard just got here, and he's so vocal about how the secondary back seven gotta be better.
Obviously I just got here this week, but the way that game ended, I would never apologize, and I think we should never apologize for winning this league. It's very hard to do. But as a secondary back seven, we have to be better, like 100%. Like, I don't think we were clean enough on the details. 17 dropped a couple of passes on some crucial situations. I just felt like we weren't executing those crucial situations. Obviously, the pick that Reed got kind of changed the game for us. But for the most part, I don't think we were clean enough. And that's myself included, you know what I mean? Like, that's me as a leader, it's myself included. But we have to be better if we want to make sure that, we're going to, take this journey all the way to where we want to go. We have to be clean on the back end.
I agree. Him speaking about if we want to go the distance, meaning the Super Bowl, but you got to get it corrected just this week going against Dallas, because if you look over there, they did have a really good game against the Rams. The defense got some scores for them for sure, but Dallas offense was clicking. CeeDee Lamb got a touchdown. I think Dak threw for over 300 for the first time this season. I don't know, or I don't even care at this point, but their offense was clicking. You need to clean it up. KB even went further about really keeping it 100 in the DB room and with the play calling. Being
more detailed on some of the things, the calls that were being made as far as the defense coordinator is being made. I just think we should be a lot more clean on that. Some man-to-man stuff. Like I said, myself included, I'm not exempt from any of this. Like I said, but that's one thing. We're going to make sure that, we're going to watch the film on Monday. We're going to be very crucial for ourselves. We're going to keep 100 in the room and say that this is not good enough. And that's the only way that you can get better. You have to be real with yourself and watch the film and just, like you said, meet better, practice better, all those good things.
Now, again, the Eagles ultimately won, and that interception was huge from Reed Blankenship. And there's more plays that I'm not showing you on the screen that were like, dang, how are these guys wide open? And if Terry don't drop an open pass, but the fact of the matter is James Bradbury has not just looked bad this game. He's been getting beat a little bit too often. So I think you're going to need to see just better and more urgency for this whole back end. I know it's been a little mixed match, but Bradbury, Slay, Reed, and Kevin Byard, you got to be the focal point of getting it done right for sure. Slay on this one play responded to why it looked like this. So here we got Slay playing off coverage, and the guy makes a move inside, and Slay just looked flat-footed. He gets blown by from the receiver, but Sam Howell overthrows this guy, right? This was the end of the first quarter. This could have looked really bad for Slay. This is why the play was incomplete. Jalen Carter with a swim move, and he comes barreling down, trying to get Sam Howell, hits him, and doesn't allow him to step into the throw, right? So you get an overthrow here. However, Slay looking flat-footed, this was Slay's response. We were sending an all-out blitz, so I'm expecting a quick throw. His point of view or his mindset was that fake move inside, he was going to stop there with a comeback and or cut in. So Slay didn't even think about the deep ball. Again, that's him being real, keeping it a buck. He got tricked. He got tricked on that play. However, it looked like our secondaries were getting tricked a lot against the Commanders, right? I don't understand the ability to hold the Miami Dolphins offense to what we did. You get Reed Blankenship and Kevin Byard back, and we look like that, right? So everybody got to hold their accountability, keeping it 100 during the film session in that DB room. And it also falls back on Sean Desai. Come on, man. You were playing a little bit too much off coverage. You just weren't mixing it up the same way we know you were, right? That Rams game second half, the Dolphins game, you started to come alive as a DC. I think everything in the back end, including the play calling, all needs to be looked at. It's a week-to-week league, and it's not panic time, but we got to get it fixed for the future, and especially for the Dallas Cowboys. Once again, I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Talk Podcast. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. I actually spent like an hour before this video tallying up some of the super chats and names for the giveaway, right? That's when I realized I'm going to be here all night, and I'm not even going to be able to get a video out. So the video I'm cutting short. I didn't even really recap the whole game. We'll probably do that a little bit later, maybe tomorrow. However, I need to get this content out, and I need to work on the giveaway so it does come out Wednesday, Thursday-ish maybe. And again, because I'm late, it's not y'all fault, right? So not just one person's going to win, two people are going to win. Drop the muscle emoji, hit the like button for your boy. It's free, it's easy, it don't cost a thing. I greatly appreciate it. And also make sure you check if that notification bell is hit. And don't forget to check out the merch, right? Philly Dog Stand Up. We got Nolan Smith rocking it. The link will be in the description and or the pinned comment section. We out.